Hello my peeps and welcome. Today I'm going to be redrawing this old drawing of my OC Myrah. But before we get into all of that, I would like to give a shout out to Frankenstein Lives, who is the comment of the week. Thank you so much for your comment. I really like reading all those comments, and if you would like to be the comment of the week, all you have to do is comment on any video. That could have been you. Oh my goodness. I also have a Patreon page and an Etsy shop if that's something you would like to look into. But anyways, that original drawing that I showed you was drawn according to my special little signature at the bottom, October 29th, 2015. So this drawing is almost 8 years old, which is really wild to think about. This was one of those early digital art drawings, so I was like just getting into digital art and still trying to figure out how to use like how to draw on the computer, and it was weird. I used Photoshop, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I used Photoshop, and I had a Surface 3, Microsoft Surface 3 tablet. They had a little pen that I could use. That was also, I think, one of my first like big purchases because I like saved up for it, and I also got like a little gift. The gift of coin for Savior's Day 1 year, and I bought this little tablet and used it for digital stuff. And this was one of those drawings where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. I'm really getting somewhere. We've had a breakthrough. However, looking back at it, it's very special. I think the eyes in particular are like the most special part about it. They're very wonky. One is significantly larger than the other one. Also, I really don't have much line art here except for on her eyes. She's a bold eye look, and by that I just mean eyeliner. But no line art anywhere else, or there is liner, it's just like very, very faint, and she has extremely bushy eyebrows, because all of my characters for the most part had really bushy eyebrows at that particular time. But this current character design for Myrah is much different. I think the most notable change is her dark skin. She was a light-skinned girly at first, and now she's a beautiful dark-skinned girly. I also didn't really have, like, I don't know, a specific idea in mind for her features, except I just wanted her to look like she was really kind. But, like, the specifics of it would kind of change every now and then. But now she has features that are like a little more distinct. I think her most notable feature would be like she has like a deep cupid's bow. It's not super deep in the drawing that I did today, but it's there. I don't think did she have that initially? A little bit, but it wasn't something I was like doing on purpose. I think that was just one of those times I was just like doing what I felt like. It wasn't like a consistent design. She also has thinner eyebrows, and I most recently have been trying my best to have her features, oops, I got a text, trying to get her features to look a little East African, because she is from East Africa. So however, when saying that, I do feel the need to note that I have not looked at a reference for someone from East Africa in a while, so I definitely should do a proper study at some point so that I can make sure I get her features correct. Yeah. Anyways, when I was drawing this, I wasn't sure if I should give her like her current hairstyle or like the one in the original photo. I ended up going with the one from the original photo. She has like bangs and like kind of wavy hair. Her hair in the picture in the drawing is a little curlier, but it's not like as curly as her hair normally is when I draw her. I wanted it to be like somewhat similar to the older drawing, but not too much, you know? Inspiration, but not like a direct copy. of the original, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about like the differences between the two drawings. There's not much to say about it. But I had a lot of fun drawing this. I actually drew this in between homework assignments. At the time of me recording this, I have like an entire module of calculus, almost an entire module of pre-calculus to go through, and a test and chemistry homework that's due in the next, well, the chemistry homework is due tomorrow, and then the calculus stuff is due Monday. Oh, and I also have history assignments that are due tomorrow. I still have to do them. I had to take a break though. I didn't want to overdo it with school and not take a break. So I took a break to draw this, and it was a lot of fun, and it was a much needed break. But anyways, this video is like a week late. I was not feeling great last week, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the week off and come back to all of my obligations next week, and that did include classwork. So that's like the reason, not kind of, it is the reason I'm a little behind in my class assignments this week, is because I had 2 weeks of work to do. So it do be like that, but I'm trying my best to catch up with everything. I'm nearly caught up with everything. It's still like I still have like almost not almost all of my assignments to do, but I've done the stuff that comes beforehand, like watching videos and reading chapters and all that stuff. So I really just have to sit down and do the work, which I think the thing I'll take the longest is like the calculus. Math is not my strongest subject, but I am trying my best. So yeah. But anyways, yeah, that was just a special moment last week, and I tried my very best not to put too much pressure on myself to fulfill all of my different obligations when I was not able to. And so far, so good. I do have to constantly remind myself of that, though, that, you know, it's it's fine, it's okay. But anyways, pivoting from life stuff to talk about the drawing again, even though I pretty much said most of what I had to say. I will say that which I think I've mentioned this in a different video, but I just like continued my whole coloring things differently in Procreate thing. So normally what I would do is I would have like set colors for each of my OCs, like skin color, hair, and all that sort of thing. And I would just pick those colors from my palette and fill it in. And they wouldn't always be the best color to match like the background and things, so I would have to use like overlay layers and like add layers, multiply layers and things to make the colors look a little more cohesive and like the character belongs in that background. But I've been, you know, trying my best to get better at just using the color picking tool. I did have a little hiccup when I was coloring her skin, when I was finding a color for like the base color for skin. Initially it was a little too light, so I had to adjust it with a multiply layer. And also her hair, like once I adjusted her skin tone, then her hair was a little too light, so I had to use a multiply layer to make that look a little darker. But other than that, I pretty much just used the colors that I picked initially, which was really nice. I think that's, I don't know, I just think it's a good skill to have, to be able to look at a color and you know, just find it on the color wheel. Or what do I use? I use like that block with like the gradient of the color. I don't know if that makes any sense. There, it just popped up on the screen. That's what I use. I don't really use the color wheel, but is there a wheel there? I can't remember. Oh my gosh. But anyways, that's what I use for color picking. There are like different color pickers in Procreate, but that is the one that I like to use. It's a little easier for me to find the colors I want using that one. But yep, that new in quotations coloring technique that I've been using has been a lot of fun to experiment with, and I think it's making me a better artist. I also have been kind of using the same shadow color, almost, I think it's about the same shadow color, pretty consistently across drawings to kind of, you know, make things look like, I want it to be like one of those things where, like if you look at my work at the colors, like you can see, oh yeah, that's an artistic freedom piece there because of how it's colored. But anyways, this is how the drawing turned out. I had a lot of fun with it, and it's so crazy that that first drawing was drawn almost 8 years ago. It doesn't feel like it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Shout out to my patrons, Myrah Mint Illustrations, Sister Down to 55, and a Spooky Rose. Thanks so much for being my patrons. I really appreciate you and everything that you do. Wow, oh my goodness, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please enjoy the rest of your day, my peeps.